Hey, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches, and I'm outside in the dying light. I promised I wouldn't do any more of these handhelds, but fuck it. The mood is upon me and I don't have a tripod handy. But I'll use the Google editing software to kind of stabilize this. So if you're seeing a little shake right now, well, that's all you're gonna see. I was just talking to my friend Ollie Kent from Modern Day Watch Enthusiasts. Yeah, it's a Facebook group that you might want to join. I mean, there's a tremendous amount of ball busting. It's a little bit like Lord of the Flies versus Big Brother versus Survival. That's kind of what that group is like. And our founder and mad genius is a guy by the name of Dennis Van Patten, he is the mad genius. He is the savant of the watch world. The watches that I like pretty much horrify Dennis. Because I like the big asshole, new money, in your face, steel, gold, just like 42 millimeters for me is a starting point, and Dennis likes, I tease him, he likes things the size of a freckle. But he knows the vintage watches that are available with the gold rotor for a pittance compared to what they should cost. He has the ability to go buy an $800 watch and turn it into a $1,600 watch overnight. So Dennis, my hat's off to you, and thanks for putting up with the likes of me. But Ollie and I were talking a little bit about, Ollie works at an authorized dealer, and I'm on the hunt kind of for a grail watch right now. We'll talk about that more later. I'll update you, more when I know more. I'm looking around because I'm out with a couple of dogs and I heard chewing. That's never a good sign. But he was just scratching himself. Because there's all kinds of goose shit and stuff out here you don't want the dogs eating. Anyway, so I was talking to Ollie about a couple of concepts. I'm in the market for a grail, and he suggested a Patek Philippe, and I told him I didn't deserve one, which I think is really, that is true. And he said, of course you do. And I said, no, really, I don't. What I deserve is like a fuck off kind of a gold Rolex, let's say, like in yellow or ever rose gold. That's what I deserve. And that's because that kind of watch screams, fuck you, look at me, I've got new money. It's a little gauche, kind of, it's brash, it's bold, it's sassy, it's ballsy, kind of like me. And I told them the Patek, that's more like gentleman's money. And that sort of, hang on, I'll be right back. The dogs have fled. Okay, I got them back. This is the smart part of being a dog trainer. It's like, you can get your dogs back when they flee. They climbed under a fence. Look, here they are. Couple of cutie pies in training. Okay, so where was I? I told him, I said, Rolex is for the ballsy, for the brash, for the new money. It screams, look at me, I've got something going. Whereas Patek, that's country club money. That's hello, shall we meet on the back nine and then go to cocktails? Will you be summering in Aruba, or will you be wintering at the yachts at the yacht club at the bitter end? There's a difference here, okay? And I'm not suave, sophisticated, and debonair. So I'm not like Patek. I'm more like Rolex. Fuck, there's mosquitoes out here. I think I'm gonna get Zika virus. That's bad. So, I'm gonna probably have a small-headed baby next. Okay, well, look guys, that's my thinking. So I'm looking for a fuck-off piece. And it's possible I might even go Rolex Sky Dweller or Day Date. There's so many choices. I have to sort this out. Okay, and then Ollie suggested that I might think about a Rolex Yachtmaster 2 with the blue bezel. It's a 44 millimeter gold watch with a blue bezel. It's a yacht. And the complication is useful for one thing and one thing only, and that is timing the regatta, darling. So I think that is, I told Ollie, I said, that is literally the most useless complication sold anywhere in watches, today. It's like literally the most useless. You might think the moon phase complication, like why do you need to know that? Because you're, if you're not a sailor, moon delight. Like, why do you care? If you're not an ER nurse and you need to know when the full moon is and the crazy people will be coming, well, the moon phase does have a practical application, because that tells you when you're safe to have sex out behind the rubbish bins, right? Because you can look and say, oh, look, there's just a sliver. I'll never get caught. So speaking of useless complications, it's definitely the Rolex Yachtmaster 2. The moon phase, I don't know, that's kind of cool. Well, look, guys, stand by. I will talk to you a little bit more about the hunt for the grail and what's happening, and yeah, we'll discuss that soon. Mark Goldberg, peace out.